This is eight most disturbing things caught on doorbell camera footage. Let's run it.
On November 30th, 2021, a Twitter user from Dallas reported that her doorbell camera had recorded a suspicious man standing outside of her.
Bro, this is some shit straight from, what's it called? Fears to Fathom, bro. This is literally what you'd see in Fears to Fathom.
Apartment almost every night for an entire month.
After you go to the kitchen.
According to her tweet, she had already reached out to the authorities, but they hadn't done enough to keep the man away. This is what her Ring camera captured.
Is he smiling under it? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, bro. Why my house, bro? Out of all these, why me?
In most of the clips, the man can be seen standing eerily still outside of the woman's apartment, possibly waiting for her to come outside. At one point in the video, the man can be heard talking.
He's tiny.
His words are difficult to make out. It's unknown what he planned to do if the woman stepped out of her apartment, but judging by his behavior, it likely wasn't anything good. After the original upload, the disturbing video immediately went viral, with hundreds of people checking in on the woman to make sure she was safe. 2 days later, the woman posted an update on Twitter, in which she mentioned that her friends and family had confronted the man, and that security had been on the lookout for him. Many people who viewed the video urged the uploader not to let her guard down, and reminded her that the likelihood that the man would show up again was very high. But after the last tweet in December 2021, there haven't been any more updates, and the man's identity hasn't been publicly revealed.
I fully see why Americans
This clip was captured in November 2019 in Harriet Creek Ranch.
What is that? What is that, bro? What is that? What creature is that, bro?
November 2019 in Harriet Creek Ranch, Texas. It was later uploaded to TikTok and Facebook.
Oh,
the footage
nah.
shows a little girl holding a flashlight and knocking on the door of an unoccupied house in the middle of the night.
Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Yo, I'm sorry. Even if I see a little girl outside thinking that she might be in trouble, I can't trust it, bro. You know, there's some people out there that look very much young for their age, right? But she could be a whole 40-year-old woman and plotting her, what's it called, her criminal act on you, and you just never know, bro. Fuck that shit, bro.
Help, please.
Oh, hell nah. Hell nah, bro. I'm cool off that. I'm cool off that shit, bro. I'm cool off that shit. Hell nah. Hell nah.
The girl is obviously scared, but because nobody else can be seen on the camera, it's hard to tell who or what she was running from. As she continues to knock and beg for help, she looks over her shoulder several times, but the footage ends abruptly, leaving many questions unanswered. Shortly after it was recorded, the video was made public and police were notified of the incident, but from what I was able to find, the girl was never identified.
Because it's not a little girl, I'm telling you. It's not a little girl. This is either a skinwalker or it's a 30 or 40-year-old woman pretending to be a little kid. I'm telling you.
That she was being used as bait to get the homeowners to open the door, and several people commented on Facebook and TikTok that they could clearly see a man hiding in the shadows behind the girl. But it was never confirmed whether that's what was happening or if the little girl was actually in danger and genuinely asking for help. Another theory that surfaced is that the girl in the video might have been the same girl from a missing person case in South Dakota. In February 2019, a 9-year-old girl named Serenity Denard ran away from a youth home in Black Hills and was allegedly seen in Justin, Texas a few days before the video was recorded.
That just might be her.
The fact that the little girl knocked on the door of an unoccupied house shows that she clearly didn't live in the area. Otherwise, she would have known nobody was there, which makes this theory a possibility. Although there's definitely a resemblance between the girl in the video and Serenity, police didn't confirm whether the video and the missing person case were related. Unfortunately, not a lot of official information on this footage has been made public, and we'll likely never know what ended up happening to the little girl. In this disturbing Ring camera footage from 2021, a woman in a hoodie can be seen approaching the front door of a house in the middle of the night. Behind her, a man wearing a face mask and a lanyard stands on the steps as she rings the doorbell.
I'm cool off that shit. Bro, TikTok needs to genuinely sort this bullshit out, bro. I'm actually tired of it. I've cracked too many jokes about it, but I'm actually tired. It's fucking annoying. The fucking
Doorbell
AI, bro.
cameras are meant for homeowners to see who's at their door and communicate with their visitors to decide whether or not it's a good idea to let them in. But in this case, the owner opens the door without hesitation.
You're an idiot.
Hello, do y'all have a phone I can use? My car broke down, and y'all's the only one that got a light on.
We don't.
You don't?
Sorry.
Skill issue. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a skill issue. I don't feel no pity for you. This is just a skill issue. Quite frankly, you see two people outside and you fall for that bullshit. Skill issue. Oh, they got the blicky. Never mind. Fairs.
The woman
appreciate
tells
you,
him
Leo.
that her car broke down and asks if she can use his phone. The owner politely refuses, but as soon as he apologizes and closes the door, the man with the face mask tries to break into the house with a weapon in hand. Fortunately, the owner had locked the second door just in time. It's unknown if he called the police, but from what I could find, the identities of the man and woman haven't been revealed. What makes this footage even more chilling...
Dark, and I fully agree with you. Imagine all that power in your hand. Some shit goes wrong. Immediately, your problem is gone, bro. Me with a gun, I don't trust myself with a gun, bro. I would turn into something, bro. I would become something.
There's a playground in the yard, which means that
Me with a gun is too dangerous.
Targeted a house where they knew there would most likely be kids inside. Had the homeowner not reacted quickly, he and his family would have probably been the victims of an armed robbery, or possibly much worse. In February 2020, an off-duty police officer received a message from his neighbor asking him to go check on his wife because somebody was trying to break into their house, and the woman was home alone. The man immediately walked across the street to his neighbor's house, but didn't see...
To be fair, I've actually done this myself. I remember I was really drunk one day, and I just woke up on a random street. This was like first year university. I was really cold. It was December. My phone wasn't working. I actually had to knock on someone's house to like help me get an Uber because I had no Wi-Fi. I didn't know where I was.
Anything suspicious.
Bro, that was a dark period of my life, bro.
Yes.
I don't know how I got that
When
drunk.
he came back, he saw that his neighbor had sent him this clip.
Luckily, I found this white guy with a Asian wife, I think. So they were really nice. Bro, I almost died that night, bro. I should have died, bro. Realistically, I should have died that night. Like, all I remember is I was going into a club, right? And then I was too drunk, so I wanted to leave the club. And the next minute I remember is me leaving the club. Then I'm just suddenly in a random neighborhood I've never seen in my life. My phone's not working. My Google Maps is not working. So I don't even know where I am. And I'm just there like, fuck. Still don't know how I did it. That's not fever. That's just being too drunk.
The video shows a shirtless man crawling up the stairs to the front entrance of the house and attempting to open the door. Realizing it's locked, he walks back down the stairs and makes his way to...
But the thing is, I knocked on like 4 houses. 3 of them just didn't respond. The 4th one was, bro...
the side of the
That was a
house.
humiliation ritual.
After viewing the footage, the man immediately called 911.
Humiliation ritual,
and 10
bro.
minutes later, 4 officers arrived in the neighborhood with a canine unit to help track down the intruder. What followed was an intense game of cat and mouse involving the neighbors, the police, and the
That's why I don't
sheriff's
drink
men.
as much as well.
Although he was spotted by the neighbors multiple
wouldn't respond.
times, he
Neither,
managed
bro.
to slip away from the cops every single
Bro.
time.
Bro,
Several minutes into the
it's the
search,
same thing happened to me. A random kid is at my door at 3. This was around 3 a.m. by the way. I'm not opening the door for you, bro. Fuck you.
the man heard his
I'm
neighbor
not trusting
calling from
shit.
across the street, saying that he could hear someone in his back.
Freshest fever, the meaning is the people who have... No, it doesn't. Freshest... Oh, no, I'm thinking of freshest flu. My fault.
Yard. The two men scoured the outside of the house.
You should have called for help. I just explained how I couldn't call for help. Did I have self-service? I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Actually found that
I just had no Wi-Fi.
porch light had been unscrewed, but the shirtless man was nowhere to be seen. About an hour later, the man who uploaded the video walked down onto his back deck
But I was drunk
spotted the
regardless.
intruder unscrewing another porch light, this time from the house across the street.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
With weapon in hand, the man intercepted the intruder and ordered him to get on the ground, but the shirtless man took off running and ended up sneaking into the crawl space of a nearby house. The uploader waited until the police arrived, and after he was ordered out of the crawl space, the intruder was charged with 2 counts of aggravated burglary, trespassing, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct. Police revealed that the subject was under the influence of hard drugs, and had an outstanding warrant for failing to appear in court for another open case of burglary from earlier that same year.
Lol.
It's unclear if he was convicted of all the charges against him, but considering his criminal history, it's more than likely that he's still serving time today. This footage was captured at 4:30 a.m. on April 29th, 2023. It happened in El Paso, Texas. The video shows a young woman running up to the front door of a house and ringing the doorbell. Although nobody else can be seen in the frame, terrified, she looks over her shoulder multiple times as if she was being followed.
Who's opening? I know I'm not. Like I said, even though I had to do it, bro, I'm not doing shit for it. I wouldn't do the same, bro. I would not do the same. XP would fall for this. Not me, though. I would never open that door, bro. Why my house, bro? I'm sorry, bro. I've seen too many movies. XP, you're definitely doing it, bro. You're definitely opening the door. I'll just call the police. But it looks like she's being followed over with someone.
The woman begs for help and starts crying when nobody answers the door. And a few seconds later, a car's headlights come into view in the background. As soon as she sees the light, the woman crouches down behind a column, and she does the same thing again when she sees the neighbor's driveway lights turn on.
She's either hard on drugs or she's genuinely scared or something. This doesn't look like just drugs. It looks like paranoia. I mean, it doesn't look like just being drunk. Sorry.
After a few minutes of waiting, a car's headlights illuminate the driveway, and the woman walks down the steps towards it. It's possible that she got in the car, but this wasn't caught on the Ring camera. As soon as the footage was made public, many people started speculating that the woman might have been the victim of trafficking and was trying to escape her captors, but others believe that she had a totally different motive. Several viewers mentioned that if she really had been in danger, she wouldn't have hid from the neighbors when she saw their driveway lights turn on. Another thing that caught viewers' attention is the fact that at the very beginning of the video, the woman...
If you saw what's it called, lights on the driveway, surely you'd run into that because it means someone's in that house, which is what you're trying to get into.
The woman isn't actually running. She appears to be casually walking up the steps, and she only begins to run when she comes into view of the doorbell camera, which suggests that the whole thing might have been a robbery setup. Less than a month after the footage was uploaded, El Paso police arrested 34-year-old Krista Nicole Cordeaux for burglary. After her mugshot was released, some people...
That's the same girl? XP, you would have definitely fallen for this shit, bro. XP, you would have definitely fallen for this shit. Easily, bro. You're an easy bag
After
for
her
this.
mugshot was released, some people believed that it was the same woman from the video due to the resemblance, but police never officially confirmed this. It's unclear if she was ever seen in the neighborhood again.
XP would have lost his
2022,
life.
a Reddit user uploaded this disturbing Ring camera footage with the caption, "Zombies want your brain." The video
Oh,
shows a
hell
young
no.
man in a bandana covered in what appears to be dirt or blood, repeatedly slamming himself into the front door of
Oh,
a house.
hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah.
On his third attempt to break down the door, he apparently knocks himself out after hitting his head. Stumbling after the impact, the man collapses over the front porch railing, knocking over an ornament in the process.
Skill issue, bro. Skill issue.
Railing, knocking over an ornament in the process.
Skill issue. Skill issue, bro. How does this possibly happen, bro? This is such a skill issue. Like, genuinely, how do you fail this badly, bro? Thought I had something. Bro, you can't even get up?
He groans in pain as he flails his arms and raises his legs, seemingly trying to get back on his feet.
That's all you,
But
bro.
the video ends before we can see what happened next.
Good coach, welcome back. I was literally about to say the
After
same
the
thing,
footage
bro.
was uploaded,
I
many
was about to say,
viewers
go men, Amonai.
commented that the man was probably under the influence of hard drugs, which would explain his uncoordinated movements and violent behavior. Other users suggest that he might have had a seizure after hitting his head on the door.
Try.
But because the video was uploaded with no context or explanation, it's impossible to confirm what actually happened. After that night, the homeowner never saw the man again. On July 24th, 2021, a woman named Caitlin Curtis took her baby to the park across the street from her house in Arizona. After sitting down on the bench next to a fountain, a scruffy-looking man suddenly
is that,
approached
bro?
her, sat on the bench next to her, and asked her if she wanted to buy his drawings. According to Caitlin, the drawings looked like they had been drawn by a little kid, or by someone with no artistic talent. After politely refusing to buy the drawings, she got up and left the park with her baby in the stroller. As she was leaving, she saw the man get into the passenger seat of a suspicious-looking truck at the other end of the park, which then circled around her several times as she made her way back home. Afraid that she was being followed, Caitlin took a different route back to her house and entered through the back door so that the men in the truck wouldn't know where she lived. 3 days later, when Caitlin was out of town, her doorbell camera captured the same man walking up to the front door of her house and ringing the doorbell at 3 in the morning.
Can you see the footage? Thank you. Hell no. This was like playing, what's it called? That Skinwalker game. What was it called? What was it called? What was it called? That one with that big ass guy, bro. No, I'm not human. Exactly, bro. I'm not letting this nigga in, bro. I actually really like that game. Yeah, get your ass out of here, bro.
According to Caitlin, her husband was asleep while the whole thing was happening, and he didn't learn about the man's visit until the next day. After the video was uploaded to TikTok, some users commented that the fact that the man rang her doorbell specifically was not a coincidence, and that he might have been watching her from the day they met in the park. It's possible that he was using the drawings to try and distract her, while the other man in the truck abducted her child, but we'll likely never know his intentions for sure. The incident could just be written
That
off
headline
as a
is
man who
crazy,
was
though.
under the
Not gonna lie to you, that headline is crazy. Oh my god. That's some shit Vegeta has, bro. What's that about? What is that about, bro?
influence of drugs or suffering
How
from
did I
mental
miss that?
illness. But if Caitlin hadn't been careful, it's anyone's guess what might have happened. Fortunately, the
Prince
man
of
never
all
came
Saiyans,
back,
bro.
and neither Caitlin nor her family had seen him again. In October 2021, Reddit
Talk
user
again, forbid, no.
Protomancer uploaded this footage of a man
I don't like
crawling
forbids.
and slithering through his neighbor's yard in the middle of the night.
What the fuck? What is America about? Genuinely, what is that server about? This just might be no, I'm not human, bro. And no, I'm not gonna dye my hair.
There doesn't appear to be any context surrounding the video.
I'm
but
never
most
jumping to
users
that server.
attributed the man's particular behavior to drug use or possibly mental illness. Even though he isn't hurting anybody, this is probably not the type of person you would want to run into on your way back from home in the middle of the night. The man in the footage hasn't been identified, and it's unclear if he ever showed up again.
Bro, I'm so cool with that server, bro. I'm genuinely so cool with that server. Never touching that server.